of Miami says dark days are ahead if Zohran Mamdani becomes the mayor of New York City. Mayor Francis Suarez joins me now. Your Honor, in what way does Mamdani remind you of a young Fidel Castro?
Stuart, let me set the stage for you. On November 4th, voters in New York are going to go to the polls, and they may elect someone who thinks that government is the answer to all their problems, who says, give us all your property, give us all your businesses, and we'll make everybody equal. And that was the exact same promise that a young, charismatic, sort of leader made in Cuba in the 1960s. And he did effectuate equality. He effectuated equality of misery, equality of repression, equality of poverty. And so that's what we don't want to see happen in New York. It will set off what I call a death spiral, because what will happen is people of means that don't want to be taxed to death, they're already paying over 50% of their income in taxes. Their partner is the government, and they're the minority partner in the business. They're now going to leave. So what happens? It's going to create a budget hole. That budget hole is going to have to be filled with higher taxes. More people will leave, creates another budget hole. That budget hole will have to be filled with higher taxes. So it creates what I call a death spiral. The day after, November 5th and 6th, in Miami, we're hosting the best business conference in maybe the history of the United States, with Leo Messi, which is, I know, one of your favorite guys, who's going to be speaking at the conference, Jamie Dimon, Ken Griffin. We're going to have Gianni Infantino from FIFA, Stefano Domenicali. We're going to be highlighting America's exceptionalism, why capitalism works, and why it's created the lowest unemployment in America in Miami, highest median wage growth, and lowest homeless rate in 11 years. We have 536 unsheltered homeless. Capitalism works in America, and we've demonstrated it can work in Miami.
You think... I'm convinced that Mamdani wins. Are you?
You know, he has a 20-point lead.
Yeah.
And I think what I've always said, Stuart, and, I've said this many times on your show before, communism, socialism, it's the easiest sell in politics. You just tell people that are down on their luck, right, listen, I have the answer. Yeah. I'm going to use government to take more from these people and just give it to you. And who wouldn't vote for that? I mean, if you're down on your luck, that sounds like a great deal. And the only problem is it never works. It never has worked, and it's never going to work. And all it does is create a situation where everybody gets poorer. Everyone gets, instead of the opposite of a rising tide lifts all boats, this is literally the opposite, right? This is, poverty that is democratized for everyone. And I think that's something that, unfortunately, we are traumatized by that in Miami, because our parents and many others in our region had to flee their country of birth, risk their lives to come to the greatest country on the planet, which is the United States of America, to create fame and fortune.
Your Honor, Florida just approved President Trump's plan to build his presidential library in downtown Miami. Now, there are protesters pushing back. They don't like this. What would you say to the protesters?
There's always protesters. I would say if there wasn't protesters, I would actually be surprised. Look, I think this is just another step in Miami's metamorphosis from the capital of Latin America to a truly great global city. You and I have been talking, you've taken this journey with me, Stuart. You know what I mean? We started, as a city that was sort of the David and the David Goliath story. Now we have the G20 next year in Miami. We have the presidential library. We have the FIFA, World Cup in 2026, and we're the headquarters for FIFA 2026 in the United States. We have the America Business Forum, where we're bringing all these collection of voices together to talk about why, why America is exceptional and what they're focusing on in the present and in the future. So Miami right now is the epicenter of thought. It's the epicenter of tourism, and it's the epicenter of capital.
We are told that a lot of migrants are leaving the Miami suburb of Doral because they're worried about federal agents coming after them. Are you worried about migrants leaving Miami for the same reason?
My parents came to this country at 12 and 7 legally. And I think, everyone who's in this country should be here legally. And I think, we have work to do. There's no doubt. I think both parties acknowledge that the immigration system needs to be fixed. We know that there needs to be border security because of the amount of fentanyl and human trafficking that unfortunately happens at the border, which is something that is, it's not good for the migrants themselves. But we need an immigration system that's pegged to metrics that we can define, such as our declining birth rate and our unemployment rate and our growth rate. That is what legal immigration should be pegged to. And I think if we do that right, we won't have this migration crisis.
Okay, let's deal with it. Your Honor, always a pleasure. Thanks for being back on the show. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again soon. Yes, sir.